The OnePlus 5T Star Wars Limited Edition is finally here, and we have had one in-house to play with for a few days. Normally, we would do a full review, but since, outside of a few aesthetic differences, this is still the OnePlus 5T that released last month, this feature will pretty much just focus on those changes, and we would direct you to our full review of the OnePlus 5T for further reading. The black top of the box proudly features the Star Wars, the Last Jedi logo. In fact, if you don't look closely, you might miss the small OnePlus logo at the top left and have no idea what's inside this box. Lifting the lid reveals the phone placed front and center with its back facing upwards. What you don't see in the picture below is the unsightly IMEI label that we removed so the phone looks presentable. We wish OnePlus had found a better place to put it, but at least it's removable. Circling back to the phone, the biggest change on this edition is clearly at the back. The metal has been painted in matte white, which has a smooth, ceramic-like finish that OnePlus calls sandstone white. This is a decidedly grippier texture than the one on the standard 5T, and if you thought that was slippery, then this should definitely feel more secure. However, it does not quite have the same coarse texture as sandstone black, regardless of the name. Yet, as unique as this texture feels, it doesn't actually feel like metal anymore, which some might not like. The rest of the accents on the phone are done in black to go with the light and dark theme. This includes all the buttons, the SIM tray, the logo, and the ring around the camera. Technically, these parts aren't new and are the same as those used on the standard 5T. From the front, the limited edition looks nearly identical to the standard 5T. You only see a hint of that white back around the edges of the phone, along with a little glimpse of that red slider every now and then. This keeps the front entirely black and distraction-free. Moving to the case, the phone comes with a rather burly rubber case. It has a protruding back with a peculiar pattern on it. The sides protrude towards the corners and flatten towards the center. The case has cutouts for all the ports, the fingerprint sensor, the camera, and the slider. It has its own buttons that are clicky and work well. The case is rather nice, but sadly not completely without flaws. First of all, we can't say we love the pattern on the back. It isn't particularly attractive and looks a bit over the top. The center portion of the back juts out so much the phone practically turns into a top when placed on its back, and has to be kept face down. The sides are also so wide that they make using the phone one-handed difficult. Lastly, the slider is quite difficult to use within its sunken cutout. The last piece of novelty with this edition is in the software. The limited edition comes with a special Star Wars theme as well as a handful of Star Wars wallpapers. The theme is basically the dark theme with red accents and works quite well. As for the wallpapers, there are quite a lot of them and they are all tastefully designed. There aren't any of OnePlus other wallpapers here though, so if you don't want any Star Wars wallpapers you will have to get your own. There is also one final bit of change, and that is the clock widget, which has been slightly redesigned with a new font.